Marie Antoinette was born on November 2nd, 1755 in Vienna, Austria to Maria Theresa and the Holy Roman Emperor Francis I. She was the 15th child and her real name was Maria Antonia Josepha Johanna von Habsburg-Lothringen. She had a carefree childhood and her education was typical for an 18th century aristocratic girl, consisting of religious and moral principles while her brother's education had more academic subjects. In order to strengthen the alliance between France and Austria, Maria Theresa promised her daughter's hand to the future King of France, Louis XVI. Their wedding was held on May 16, 1770 in the Royal Chapel at Versailles. They were 15 and 16 years old and the two had never met. The people of France thought that Louis XVI would be a good king, however their views changed as economic policies failed and the queen didn't produce an heir. Marie Antoinette had few official duties. She spent her time socializing and satisfying her excessive taste. She had a model farm built on palace grounds so that she and her ladies-in-waiting could dress up in fancy clothes and pretend to be milkmaids and shepherdesses. It became a trend to blame Marie Antoinette for all of France's problems. Newspapers and pamphlets made fun of her behavior and spread outrageous and pornographic rumors about her. After hearing that Marie Antoinette could not produce an heir, her mother sent her brother to act as a marriage counselor. Whatever he did worked because a year later, in 1778, Marie Antoinette gave birth to Marie Therese Charlotte, followed by 3 more kids. However, 2 of them died during childhood. In 1780, Marie Antoinette spent a lot of time at the Petit Trianon, her private palace, without the king, which led to rumors about her affair with Swedish diplomat Count Axel von Fersen. In the 1780s, poor harvests caused grain prices to rise, and the French government was not doing so well financially. The people of France once again blamed Marie Antoinette. In 1785, a thief disguised as Marie Antoinette stole a diamond necklace and smuggled it to London to sell. Despite all the public criticism, Marie Antoinette refused to let it bother her. On July 14, 1789, 900 French workers and peasants marched in Bastille prison, taking weapons. This was the beginning of the French Revolution. In October 1789, the royal family was forced to leave Versailles and went to Tuileries Palace, where they lived in prison-like isolation. During that time, Marie requested help from other European rulers, which included her siblings. On June 20, 1791, the family attempted to flee. Marie's brother was waiting across the border with troops ready to invade France. However, they were caught in the town of Varennes and they were brought back to Paris. On August 10, 1792, militants invaded the royal palace and forced the Legislative Assembly to abolish the king. On September 22, 1792, France was declared a republic and the monarch was abolished, and royalist prisoners were massacred. For example, one of Marie's friends, Princess de Lamballe, was killed in the streets and her body parts were paraded through Paris. In December 1792, King Louis XVI was put on trial for treason and was executed in January 1793. After her husband's death, the opposition against Mary increased. In July 1793, her only 2 remaining children were taken away from her, and they convicted her of treason in October, and she was falsely accused of sexually abusing her son. She was executed on October 16, 1793 at the age of 37. Marie Antoinette was not a great queen, but she is remembered because she symbolized everything that was wrong with the French monarchy at the time. Marie Antoinette is famous for the quote, "Let them eat cake," when she was told her servants had no bread to eat. However, there is no evidence that she actually said this.